Yeah.
And I'm like, man, if you want to excel in anything, you fail, you struggle, correction. And then next thing you know, you're struggling and then you're correcting. Once you can just get to the correcting aspect, you're gonna be pretty good in life
Yeah.
because you know went through the first two phases. Can we get to the correction aspect? And man, I can't wait till our next session with training and stuff because I'm gonna sit down with all these parents. I'm gonna say, dude, can I get to the correction? And of course that's gonna be a long deal. And and a lot of times it's the women. And I know I can't say that on your platform, get kicked out. So I apologize about that. Bleep that out. But
say what you say, because I know I was thinking about what you saying about the correction, struggle and correction. But
failure, struggle, correction. Yep.
Mike had something said. He called it recognize, identify, and correct. What did you say, Mike? You're running back.
Identify, simplify, verify, and simplify. It's basically the same thing.
There you go. Great minds think alike, man.
And TJ, to your point, I mean, like I said, I'm 33, and you guys are a little bit older than me. My business partner's around that age, and I know around my time, and I know growing up now that I got a 12-year-old, so we are the parents, my age group, and I know when you talk about accountability, I felt my generation started to shy away from being critiqued. Like they didn't want to be critiqued. Like you had people they didn't want to. You had people not turning their stuff in school just because they didn't want to get an F or they didn't want to, so they were scared of critique. So I can see why these parents are kind of pushing now my generation are the parents and kind of pushing some of these young children to not want to be critiqued either because a lot of people, that's a scary thing for people to be critiqued, but that's the only way that you bring about correction,
The only way. What does your C stand for before I go to the next guy? Failure, struggle, correction.
Failure, struggle, correction.
Cool. Hold on a second. Matrix, you wanted to jump in? And I'm actually longer than Squid was gonna do, but go ahead, Matrix. You gotta hit that button thing. I don't know why he's not. You gotta hit your screen. Okay, there you go.
I was gonna ask if, especially since we got seems like we got a lot of mentors on here, which is excellent. So how can you correct the problem if you have to skip the correction?
You broke up. You're breaking up. Matrix, you broke up. Your phone sucks.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit better. You get Verizon, I guess.
I got this. So it seems like we got a couple mentors on here, which is excellent. But I wanted to ask, since you guys are running into the correction part, which seems to always be the problem, how can you do it without the correction part? Because in my opinion, you can't. But
they just said they can't. You can't. They both said. Both the guys that played in the league say you can't. You can't. If you can't correct it, you're not going to fix it. Now, with in Mike's case, and same thing with you, right, TJ? In the league, they just cut you.
There you go. There you go.
You learn that.
They get you up out of there. I'm a prime example of it. You fail, and the longer that you failing, we get to it's tough to even get to the struggling part because the struggling is a step up from failure. But usually the parents jump in. As soon as you get to that failure and that kid is walking around with his head down or whatever it is, they jump in. They jump in and make it better. And I'm like, dude, you have to let them, because we're not going to win every game.